in both the methods, right? So then it started adding that as part of the method and defining things.
Yes,
So then
yes.
what I did is I again refined that with saying that then use interfaces and do things. Then
Yes.
again I started refining it. Then it started writing it as expected. It started slowly writing everything. It started
Yes.
improving the code very much, very well. So
Yes.
finally I told add Java docs and I told that do all these things with the description for controller and things, right? It started
Yes.
doing everything.
Yes. Yes.
Right? It started writing Java docs and everything.
Yes. Yes. Right.
And then finally, right, I told it to write a service class with this. Then it started writing. So one beautiful thing it did is then I told create interfaces. It created interfaces. If you see
Yes.
in this prompt, right, I never even told that you need to inject the properties here, but it automatically understood that these property service properties needs to be injected here for getting the properties values. It automatically injected this and then it started writing the details. So that's how it is. So even if you missed, right, it understands the entire context and gives you the output.
Great. Great. Yes.
And then finally, I told write a main class. It just wrote. I told create a Springboard main
Yes.
class with Spring annotation and everything with Java commands and it wrote. So
Yes.
you're done. So you can. So one thing I understood is that this prompt is very important and
Yes.
how clearly you make the prompt. Uh, how much clear and very informative prompt you give it to ChatGPT,
Yes.
then it would respond with the accurate response you would get. That's
Correct.
what I understood. Yeah.
Correct. Awesome. Awesome. Go again at the top. Let me also give you some inputs. See, in Chat GPT, very important thing is you should communicate in normal language, right? It is better to communicate in English language. It is natural. It has natural language processing inbuilt. So you can just start with, "Hi Chat GPT, can you code for me Spring Boot
Ah,
application?"
okay.
Right? It will share you that yes, I can do that, and then you can say that okay, I want this and this. You can give the requirement also that okay, I want I'm working on this particular application. For this I may require one microservices, and you can give your exact uh, requirement as you would have given to a teammate, right?
Ah, yeah. So
And
that's what. Yeah, that's
yes,
what. Yeah, in this right. That's what I told right. Martin Flower in his generative way, he had spoken with Chahu, who's the head of technology, right?
yes,
If you see right, he tells here that he wants to build a current system with the online white code, and then he
yes,
tells these are the tech stack. So he completely drafts what he wants to do with the ChatGPT. He tells the
yes,
requirement, and finally, what he tells ChatGPT, don't generate code until I ask. Okay, so he sets the context and passes all the instructions to LLM. It can be any LLM. For now, he uses ChatGPT.
yes,
Then
yes,
what he tells is, so it's mainly based on instruction. It is generative knowledge and the chain of thoughts he uses.
yes, yes,
And here he creates. So then he refines the task list and puts all the class names. Um, then he adds method names and everything. So he passes again this. So once he passes this, ChatGPT gives you a master list.
yes,
Then what he takes that master list, he rewrites that master list like adding model view, like how I did like for each prompt. Then I started refining it right. Now add like this. Now add methods. Now add properties or
yes,
add documentation to the classes like that. He started to.
yes, right,
So once, okay, now he refines that entire task again, and then he starts telling the ChatGPT, now start generating the test cases for this prompt. So
yes,
then it starts immediately because it has the entire context what he did from the beginning.
Yes.
So now ChatGPT knows how to write a class for
Right.
a whiteboard, online whiteboard. So it
Yes.
starts writing. That is what this entire, yeah, using this concept only I started. Okay, let me
Awesome.
write and see how we can do, how we are able to generate. That's how I created this.
Great, great. Yes. See, so yeah, some other advices you can do one step at a time. You
Yeah.
can say, okay, generate me the pom.xml first, right? You can say,
Yeah.
okay, what are the most latest APIs to do this, right? You can also
Okay.
ask, should I use Jersey API or should I use any other interfaces, right? You can even choose and first decide which APIs, which libraries to be used, and then you ask, then okay, generate me the interface and generate me. You can even ask that this is my requirement, can you give me the class structure? So it will first give you the design. You can provide him feedback that no, this method, please place this method, generate interface also. Then you can even say, can you please generate a class diagram code using plant UML? So
Okay.
it can give you the diagram also. You can
Oh,
also,
is it? Okay.
yes, yes. So it can generate you plant UML code, and plant
Okay.
UML code you can paste it in any of the graphical editor. For example, draw.io. You can import it, and it will generate a beautiful class diagram for you.
Okay.
You can also tell that please write a Swagger documentation for this particular class, or please now
Let me
implement based on my class design.
see.
Yes, so you can say, yeah, right, do that.
The Apo. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think
YAML,
it's.
so yes, definitely it will be able to do.
Yeah, it will.
Yes, see, now you can use this and upload it into Swagger or generate the code from that. So you have
Yeah.
lot of possibilities. You have a complete resource at your hand. So you are a product manager and architect, and you can get a free intern. So this is like an intern for you.
Yeah, if I want to really see how my requirements are going to look like, then I
Yes,
immediately
yes,
can
right. So
plan it
you
and see
have
it
to
on
have
my
good clarity, and
yeah.
this way you can leverage to your best. Because if you let him do everything, then ChatGPT will take you for a ride. Yes, because it will not give you production ready code. But
Yeah, it will
when
not
I'm
give you
doing like
production ready,
this,
but
yes,
yeah, one thing I understood is it gives you a clear picture
yes,
once you write. Yeah, so one thing is that is what even I used to tell my team in the next 15, 20 years. Now you need 10 developers, but in next down the line in 20 years, you just need 5 developers. You need 2 prompt engineers. One is designer and one is
yes,
prompt engineer and one is prompt
right,
designer you need.
right, yes,
And
yes,
you can write the entire base framework,
correct,
which will
correct.
just take 1 or 2 days. And you can start developing the code on top of it. And for doing that also, you can still get the help from the LLM models, which would still reduce your work.
Yes, 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 absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I think companies will implement. I think probably companies will invest a lot in code development.
Yes.
I think tools will come around that.
Yes, yes. Tools will make the prompt creation easier.
Yeah, easier. Yeah, right.
Right? So assume you would have been working in an IDE which is powered by ChatGPT, then it will suggest you, maybe they will give you a wizard. They'll say,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, maybe it's again a good business idea. Create a new wizard for creating a web service, right? A plugin, Eclipse plugin or IntelliJ plugin, which can create a REST API for you, right? So you follow the wizard step in the IntelliJ IDE, and as you are typing next step, it can take more inputs, and it can in the background generate the prompts and send an API and display you the output. right? So a lot of tools will come around that, and it has applications in all the areas. And now you should also understand here that it is trained on the best practices,
Yeah, that's right.
because it works very well for IT, because I believe the creators or developers who were working on ChatGPT, they have given good code examples, right? But if they would have given always the bad code examples on training model, then ChatGPT will always generate bad code, right?
Yeah, that is
Spaghetti.
what they call hallucination,
Yes,
where so in an ML model, right, or
yes,
they call something called hallucination. That is, if you train the model with bad data, dirty data, or something like that,
yes,
so it will not be able to know whether which is the right data, where to use things, right.
yes,
That
yes.
is called hallucination in ML.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, yes, these guys have taken care that all the inputs which have been given to ChatGPT is coming from the best practices. It's not the wrong examples, because if they would have trained this ChatGPT with wrong examples, it would have all generated bad code. But if you see, it's well documented code, and it is also well formatted also, and everything. Suggest me the name for the class, or suggest me the name for the variable. It can do in a very good manner, right? So names are also very readable names, and it is using all the
Yeah,
best practices. And you can then use this to also generate test cases. So
yeah, that's right.
you don't need to write unit tests by yourself. You can give the code and say that give me the unit test cases for this particular
Class.
code
Yeah,
here, class or code or
yeah,
function, and it will give you, and it will also give you the test data,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
So that all you can use, and this way you can follow all the best practices. Even as a product manager, you can ask him that, okay, this is my project, generate me the task list. It can
Yeah,
generate
that's
the
right.
task list. It can generate
Yeah,
user stories for you.
yeah, that's right. I tried all that.
Yes, yes, awesome, awesome. So, yes, you can follow all the best practices, and you can become a very good product manager or a very good architect using ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm just stopping my sharing.
Yes, awesome, awesome. So,
That's
whoever
right.
attended this session would become a very good architect or very good programmer or product manager, right? Because now he understands how to write best in class code. So basically, ChatGPT is not taking away your job, it is making you more valuable for your organization. Yes. So I believe that was a stupid question that people are asking, that will ChatGPT take away my job?
Yeah, it will not take away a job.
It is even
That's for
making
sure.
you more valuable.
It will make you more productive.
Yes.
That's the example I gave you, right? Even though ATMs came, people were thinking that what
Yes.
will the bank go, right? But ATMs were there, but there were new jobs created. So still you
Yes.
have cashier, but you'll not have 10 cashiers. Instead that you'll have one cashier. But that's what
Yes.
it'll increase the productivity. But yeah, there would be a lot of it will not just the jobs will not go in the next day, or it will take. I would guess in next 30, 40 years down the line, the number of developers would be reduced. But I probably guess anyone can develop code.
Okay.
That is how it
No,
would
I
be.
would say still the number of developers will also increase.
Yeah,
Why? But
developers will
why?
increase.
Reason I'll tell you. See, assume I am a bookstore, right? I believe that building a mobile app is very expensive and troublesome thing for a small bookstore. But now I see that developers are getting more productive, and people can create easily the code, which could be mobile application or any code, website. So since now it has become easier, I would like to get my mobile app and website also live as early as possible, because the barrier to entry has reduced. So
No,
now
that's what
more
I'm
and
saying.
more
Well,
people will adopt IT technology.
now what I'm trying to tell is code is something that you'll not have very specific developers like how you have currently. Anyone
Yes,
would be able to
yes,
code
yes.
using ChatGPT or any
Right,
AI
right,
models in
right.
the future.
Yes,
It's not. It is like everyone knows coding. It
yes, yes,
doesn't need,
absolutely.
and the teams that need uh, developers, right, do not need large number of developers. That's what I'm
Yes,
trying to
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That's what I'm
So
trying.
this is right point that the team size may reduce, but the organization size will increase because more teams will come in any organization. Got it?
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe SAP or any other organization, Microsoft, they'll see now we can take up more projects. Let's build up more teams. So effectively, there will still be growth in the developers or in the engineers.
that's right. Yeah,
But yeah, the same team things which they used to do with 50 engineers, they may be able to do with 10 engineers. Yes, because text person is gone, the documentation person is gone, the interns are gone, right? Or some of the routine jobs or low value adding jobs are gone, but high value adding are increased, and low value generating people, easily people can become architects and product managers. So growth is also increased, right?
that is right. That's
So
what even I used to tell.
yes, so
Yeah,
people
teams will
can grow
become very
faster.
productive. Teams will
Maybe in
become
3
very
months or
productive.
6 months people will become architects, right?
Yeah, teams will become very productive. What I think
Yes,
is like uh, your current ChatGPT, right, or even
yes,
Brat, right, or any other ML model, right, is like your fresher who has joined your team,
yes, yes.
and the
And
way
then
that
you can
you,
ask for more hike. See, I have generated the entire application and it's
yeah,
generating REST services and give me promotion hikes and all. So all positivity coming in. Yes. Dave, should you should also ask for more hike. You did a awesome job of being a rabbit consultant, right?
Yes, but
Yes.
Tarun, I think in this case, maybe like for the uh, because as like what I did, I created a POC on that one, and but parallelly, the
Yes.
client was also had a discussion with another vendor,
Okay.
and yeah, for the same POC.
Yes.
So what I did, because I was not experienced in the Autodesk. So what I learned through the Chat GPT, I made a solution based on that one. But the other vendor who had a good experience in those technology, I think, and they are number one in Autodesk services. So I think so, and they took the priority on this POC because they have more valuable engineers. They have a scalable solution
Yes.
because because from Chat GPT I didn't get a scalable solution. I got the solution,
Correct. Correct.
but the
Correct.
solution is not at that level. But
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
but the engineers from Autodesk, like they had a depth knowledge of that one. So finally, okay, my company was appreciating me that okay, you did a great job, but eventually the client went to the another vendor because they have much more experience in that one, and whatever they will build, that is scalable and that is doable. Because nowadays, because what I'm saying, maybe I found a solution, but after 6 months or
Right.
7 months,
Yes.
because
Yes.
maybe I will get a bottleneck. Okay, this is not doable because
Yes. Yes.
I just doing through the Chat GPT, but
Yes.
but that company knew everything, yeah,
Yes.
from
Yes.
A to Z. So I
Right.
think this is the advantage of the experienced person
Yes.
with the
Yes.
Chat GPT,
Right.
because Chat GPT is not something that you can do, you can
Absolutely.
apply everywhere.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Very valid point. See, Dave, if I ask Manoj, give me the code for a search engine, Google search engine, something like Google search engine, right? Definitely he'll not be able to get, right? For building Google search engine, I need real architects with very good system design skills.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah, you still need that.
yes,
So
but
what I'm trying to tell is, see, once you start training, so there's something called foundation models, right?
yes,
Where the foundation models are trained with almost all the data that is available, right? So organizations, right, will train data with the available data that they have with the code and with outside code. And one thing is that you want to build, say, you want to build new app or new things. You do not need to start something from the scratch, how to start and things. You will have a foundation given to you using your generative AI. So that is where I'm trying to tell that your
yes,
prompt engineers and prompt designers will help you in creating that base
yes,
framework
yes,
or base thing where the engineers would be able to develop on top of that. So the other point is that when someone is building something, right, like even for example, so he wants to solve a problem in that, right, again he goes and tells that, okay, I need this algorithm and this is how it wants to work, then it will help you to give an idea of the base thing. Then again take that code and enhance it how you want it. You pass, say that uh, you give a static data and you get the output from that. You take it, then you can modify that and you can pass objects and do more things on top of that. So it will always be like, instead of you writing everything from scratch, it will help you to just copy paste it, rewrite things there, and yeah, it's much faster and productive. That's what I.
yes, yes. Great. Yes, see, no, when you were explaining the microservices generation, I was acting like a prompt engineer, right? I was suggesting, oh, do this, generate this swagger. Is that the job of prompt engineer?
No, that is not. That is the designers. Prompt designers will be there.
Okay, that's a prompt designer.
Prompt designer. Uh,
Okay, okay,
how to
okay.
prompt engineers are people who would say that companies will have their own LLM models, right?
Yes, yes.
For that, right? For that for that LLM model, they would have engineers saying that when this prompt is that, this is the output you should formulate and give
Okay,
and things.
okay.
So, they
Yes.
would build a prompt around that system.
Okay,
I
okay.
think there is a very good course by Andrew Ng.
Yes.
He was part of, I think, Google Brain, right, system. So
Bada,
as
right? So is
Andrew Ng, you can search in
right, right.
LinkedIn. So he is very famous and his
Okay.
course is very good. The Costa founder, basically Costa founder.
Great, great, awesome. Yes, so LLM is large language models. But yes, again, in depth of what are these AI models? Because LLM is ChatGPT works on LLM because the language models are based on billions of records, lot of data. So that's why it's called large language model. And but
Yeah.
yes,
So uh, yeah.
m-
So one thing is, yeah, why they called it, as you told, right? Yeah. So it has large number of data, then basically parameters and tokens.
yes, yes. Because
Uh,
what you are talking, Manoj, I understand. Maybe now, see, Google has created ChatGPT. No, sorry. OpenAI has created ChatGPT. Microsoft funded it. It has now much control over OpenAI.
yeah.
Google is also coming up with another language model. Tomorrow, maybe other organizations like Oracle, SAP, they will all start their own LLMs.
No, we already have our own
Yes,
LLM.
they will have it, or they will start investing more on it, and then going forward you will see lot of similar applications, and you will have no very specific modules for doing something like for Spring application, something for Autodesk stuff, something else, for maybe note writing, translating, all other activities, there would be different LLMs.
Yeah, that is why. So what I tell is there is something called foundation model.
Yes.
This foundation model is nothing but you feed all types. So every organization, right, will have a foundation model. Any tech
Right.
company, right, even
Right.
from SAP, Oracle, even Amazon, right,
Correct.
everybody has a foundation model which is already inside the organization, which they are already, and they would have already integrated with a lot of products. Now this model, right, this foundation model, right, will be the base model. They would train that model with all type of data and
Yes.
very specific, and they will then fine tune that model with very specific input data. Say that I wanted only for medical data, then I would take that foundation model and train it. I would still fine tune that by passing only medical data, and it would be very good model for medical data.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
how they would do it. So, in that's what I'm doing. This is just a beginning of that,
Yes.
and you would see in the next 10 years, in around 15 to 20 years, you would see a lot of, and each and every product will be linked with the AI. And I think almost every tech company is working towards integrating all the products with the AI model.
Yes. Yes. Right. Right. Great.
So there was one company which recently launched its uh, like Tinder, right? A dating video app.
Yes.
That was the UI was completely written using ChatGPT.
Okay. Okay.
Not even so there is another company which has that capability to write. So I think I put it in my link. So they've written it completely using large language model, the entire UI, front end UI, and they tell that it is production ready and it is testable code, and it writes all the test cases for you. You do not need to write a single test
Yes.
case. So and they told that in the back end we use Spring to do all the things, but the front end was completely developed by you. And it is available on your Play Store.
Great. Great. Yes. Yes.
So that's how things are rapidly changing.
Yes. Awesome. Great. Great insights, Manoj. Awesome.
Yeah,
Great
thank you.
value added. How about Makesh, Gagan, Piyush? You have anything to say? Are you enjoying the session?
Uh,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I would definitely like to explore how to write Swagger specs and get the documentation ready. So basically, that forms a big part of my development and implementation as well, right? So it takes
Yes.
probably around 3 to 4 days just to get the Swagger spec ready. And if at all you do change something, right,
Yes.
it's an effort basically
Correct.
to get that. And it's more of a manual work rather than,
Yes.
having a logical or implementation part and all, just thinking about the logic and all. So it's more of a manual work and a bit more time consuming. So I would
Yes.
definitely like to explore on that.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Right. See, yeah, it can generate code, but it cannot deploy to some server. Right. You need engineers to deploy to the server. Right.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing, right? So instead of trying to write Swagger spec for say 4 hours, 5 hours after I implement or before I implement,
Yes.
I can just spend those tasks trying to debug. So
Correct.
this thing, and even we can automate that part as well to if at all
Yes.
say prompt and all, I can just write scripts which will
Yes.
get executed if at all I prompted to do something on that.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
a good thing to explore, but I'll explore. I mean, I haven't had any hands-on on ChatGPT yet. I just today I think when in the chat, right? So I just for the first time basically I used ChatGPT on
Okay,
prompt.
okay.
But I'll
Yes,
definitely
do
explore
it,
on
do
that,
it,
the code
and
prompt and all.
it is becoming my lifestyle now. So many of the tasks I, anyways, shared whether it's taking meeting and attending multiple meetings at the same time, I can do, because I just need the transcription, right? And I can ask the chat gpt to summarize the meeting transcription, and
Yeah.
it can make you efficient.
So one interesting fact about ChatGPT 4, I'll tell you. So there was one guy who had a dog. Okay, so he takes the dog. The dog has some illness. He takes the dog to the vet doctor, and the vet doctor tells that it's just a tickling bone disease, and he gives medication for the dog. And okay, that guy comes back and he thinks that it will get okay, but still the dog was not fine. So what he does is he logs into ChatGPT and starts telling that my dog is having all these symptoms, and he gives the prescription of the blood report of the dog and all the details to ChatGPT. And ChatGPT immediately tells that your dog would be immune to this disease. Immune disease. Okay, that's actually a very serious disease for any pet like dog or cat.
Okay.
Then what he does is he takes that dog to the second vet, and he tells that this may be the issue. Can you check? And after the diagnosis, they found that that's the exact disease which ChatGPT told, and the medication was given, and the dog is fine now. So this came in Twitter, and this just exploded.
Yes, yes, right, right. So yeah, this is awesome. I have used it to find the allergies or some side effects. So for some medicines, I have used ChatGPT to share that are there any side effects, because some things like precautions or side effect is something, even if you get some additionals, it's not harmful, right? But yes, it also tells you if you try to use it for illegal purposes. So ChatGPT try giving some illegal commands, it will tell you that no, I'll not do that. This is beyond my capabilities. For example, you may ask him to be, right, people were worried, like people will use ChatGPT to generate hate speeches, and lot of other, it could be used for malicious purpose also. But ChatGPT is also programmed so that it can identify whether your commands are legal, and if you give illegal commands, it will filter it out. How about Gagan? How was your experience throughout?
Yeah, hi Tarun. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes, yes. Yeah, today it was a really informational session. I enjoyed like throughout. So regarding the chat GPT, like I had used for like earlier for basic purposes, but wanted to know like how I can use the chat, make use of the chat GPT to become more like efficient engineer on day-to-day basis
Yes,
for my work.
right.
Yeah, today it was like it acted as a base, so I would continue from here too.
Correct, correct. Yes,
Yeah,
today I did it on very short notice because I felt that this is something which you will definitely benefit from. You all will benefit. So I said, okay, let's have some unstructured session, but let's start this topic. And then if we find more use cases, we will take more detailed sessions.
sure. Tarun.
Right? So, how about you,
Uh,
Makesh?
yeah,
Do
Tarun.
you
I
have
mean,
any
I'm
experiences?
not much. So I was wondering, anyone have tried the code review? So I mean,
Yes.
usually there is a tool that gives like standard things like method
Yes,
name should
yes.
be the spaces.
I did.
So okay, so will it give like you have written a logic like this? There is a
Yes.
better way to write.
Yes, yes. It will give you that if you have any problems like some bad practices, something missing, null pointer exceptions, or you can give any existing code and ask, as a software code reviewer, kindly review this code. That's all. It will tell you that the code does this. It will figure out the purpose of the code, and then it will tell you, it will understand what is the language of the code. It will tell you that okay, maybe you would have used this library, or instead of this you use this, and it will give you very good insights.
Okay, good, good. Okay,
So
maybe
it is an
I'll.
expert
I'll
code review. You can even say, okay, solve me lead code problem number this, right?
Yeah. So I can share, and I just tried
Sure.
giving it code and telling that, okay, now you just explain me this,
Yes.
and it was able to explain me exactly what I wrote there. And ChatGPT was able to do it wonderfully, and even but Google Bard does the same.
Yes. See.
Both are large language models.
Yes.
You should be expecting almost similar results out of it.
Yes.
It depends on the prompt that you use and how effectively that prompt is. Based on that, it gives you the answer.
Yes, absolutely. See, in Udemy, there is a new feature. This is for authors. I am the author of many courses, so I got these notification. So now authors just need to share the course, and they can ask. They have this tool inbuilt. They can ask based on this lesson, generate the coding exercises. Now with
That's great.
automatically it will generate the coding exercises.
So it has reduced your effort.
Yes, right. It has reduced my effort, and otherwise I used to give a prompt and all. I need to kind of also, wherever I am not able to come up with more ideas, I can take help of anyway. Other thing is, there is educative platform where also I am very much closely engaged. In that, for students, there is a feature when they are solving any exercise, they can ask ChatGPT to act as a teaching assistant and suggest them any best practices or something how they can improve their code after they submit. So maybe in lead code that feature may also come, that you submit your solution and then ask how can I improve my code, and then it will tell you how to improve the code.
Maybe this would be better
Yes,
instead of
yes.
okay.
Right,
I mean,
but until now, until that feature comes in, right, this is just my guess, but yes, sooner or later it will come, or I will recommend them, but yes, until then you can by yourself do that exercise by copy pasting the code from lead code to chat gpt and then asking by typing manually how can I improve this code.
maybe we need to use it. It makes us effective instead of productive. I mean, there are repetitive tasks which we can take
Yes,
help of
yes.
ChatGPT, but this will be more useful for us, make
Yes,
us a
yes.
better engineer. Yeah.
Right. And then there are tools which can detect that whether some response has been generated by ChatGPT or not. So do not feel that if you use ChatGPT, it will go undetected. People will be able to figure out. There are tools which can detect that whether this response is generated by a human or this response is generated by ChatGPT. So that kind of scanners are also available which can decide whether this is a human generated or a automatically generated code from ChatGPT.
But does it matter?
No, it does not matter. People are taking it positively. Right now, it has become very well recognized, and people understand that does not matter. And YouTube is not blocking any content which is automatically generated. They used to be so strict. Now people are generating, many of the YouTube videos are generated automatically. The script is written by ChatGPT and they are automatically spoken. Udemy is restricting that. They say, okay, no, the interaction level, students don't feel connected when they have a real speaker. They feel connected. But yeah, maybe they may change later. But right now, this is the state. People are accepting. Some are taking it with a pinch of salt because they see that maybe this is not correct. But you have to tell them that I have verified it. So if your manager ask, oh, you have generated this code out of ChatGPT, it may contain errors. You have to tell him that I have reviewed, I have also consulted various documentation, and if you have verified that this code is valid, then you can say, no, I have verified and tested it, and no, I can guarantee that this is working, then no one should have any problem with that. Yes.
Great.
Right. So, but yes, these things to be kept in mind. Do not try to fake that, okay, this is written by myself, and if you just take something which is a text or documentation or yeah, but yeah, you can do the scanners, and you can again fool the scanners also. There are other techniques which I can also share in some other classes, and how you can detect whether this code is generated by AI or by human. That also I can share in upcoming sessions. Also, you can check whether the text or post article is written by human or written by ChatGPT. Google is also not blocking such content, because Google feels content, if it is authentic and it contains information, then it is helpful. So Google is only bothered about whether the content is helpful to user or not. And there are a lot of websites also which has automated generated content. Google detects it, but it does not share any details about, and it does not blocks it also. So it is also acceptable.
That helps them to train their model much more.
Yes, yes.
It also helps them to use to train the models which is right and wrong. And,
Yes.
yeah, so that helps. So obviously,
Correct, correct. Yeah,
they're not
because
going to restrict those concepts.
yes, in
the more
YouTube,
and more, yeah.
yeah, if users are enjoying that content, right, then it's serving the business purpose of all the organizations, right? So no one has any objections on that. So if you are enjoying a video, whether it's a human generated or auto generated, how does it matter, right? The purpose, main purpose is for you to enjoy, and however you do it, no, if they see this is beneficial for the users, they will retain it. Otherwise, if they see there is some harm of it, they are losing business because of that, then they will stop it. No? For example, if a lot of dislikes are coming for such content, then they will take this action. But yes, till now things are going positively. Have been using this since last 2 years, all these technologies, because I was associated with Microsoft, and I was also following, tracking all these latest trends very closely. Although it was not released to general public, but still I had the access through the APIs and various other tools. So I was playing around since many years. That's how I was able to share a lot of details to you. But yes, earlier there was some concern around it, but now, earlier I used to, you know, scare if I used to share, because I don't know how the people will take that I am using various technologies to improve my productivity. But yes, now I am seeing that it is highly acceptable and people are okay with this. Great. See you. So,
Is there any like difference between free plan and the upgrade ChatGPT Plus, Tarun?
yes, definitely. So there are a lot of benefits in paid plan. When you have a lot of plugins also available. Plugins are say, ChatGPT is trained until 2022. So if today some new article comes up, ChatGPT is unaware of it. Right? If you ask, okay, where is Imran Khan? So it does not know about that. Yeah, no, there is some trouble happening. Or if you ask about some recent events, it will not be aware of. But
I think Brad will know it because
yes,
Brad
but
has
yes,
direct connectivity with the.
correct. So
Yeah.
so for these, you need some people have designed some plugins which can add some additional information also to ChatGPT. So you get access to plugins, and you get access to some special features. You get more options, like you can decide the tone, you can decide some parameters of ChatGPT. You get premium response, you get faster response, and you get premium services, like when you query, your queries will be running faster, and even if no the chat gpt is overloaded with lot of users, you will still be able to access the service.
Okay.
Because the problem which many people face with the free plan is half of the day it is not working, chat gpt, because it's used extensively. So when us working hours start, chat gpt is not available for free members, is almost like it's available only from until 4 o'clock. After that does not work, free plan does not work. This
Oh,
is as of now. Earlier it was even no, most of the time of the day it don't used to work, but now it's getting better.
you are using the paid subscription, right? Is it?
I use both paid and free also.
Okay.
Yeah,
Showing
because
twenty
paid
dollars.
is also limited, because it's not you have to be in waiting list, right? So right
Okay.
now I am in the waiting list, but I was using through other channels. I had some access to some of the internal systems, so I was able to use it, the premium one, without paying. But yes, I
Okay.
have paid also a lot into these AI tools, but I am still waiting for premium access of chat gpt. I am in the wait list, but yes, I think in few days I'll get the access.
Okay then.
But earlier, yeah, even I was in waitlist of the chat gpt also, because I've been using it since very early stage. But yes, luckily initially I have to suggest some projects, and then it evaluated and then gave me access to open api and then to chat gpt. So it took me some time for onboarding it, but yes, now it is much more smoother.
Okay.
How about Makesh? How is your experience with ChatGPT?
I didn't use much
Oh, haven't
thoroughly.
used AI,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes, you were saying that you wanted to explore the review part.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
try
that
it, try
might be
it.
helpful.
Yes,
Yeah,
try it. Try creating an account and start using it.
sure,
Right.
sure. I
Awesome.
was seeing, is there any other like there is a, I can see a GitHub, there is an open AI kind
Yes,
of thing.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So
Okay,
that is, yeah.
that is the
The
project, the
Copilot is
GitHub.
that. Copilot is nothing but I think that is now, it was free actually before, but now it is made as monthly $20 or something.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
sure whether it's still free.
right.
Yeah, so that's a little costly, but yeah, that is very effective. As you write, right, it knows that what you're trying to do in that code. So based on that, it will start suggesting you logic.
Yes, yes. So as you are acting as a developer, it will hijack your keyboard, and still it will write code and better than you. So
Yeah,
it
it is
will not
like
allow you to
paranoid.
write bad
Two
code.
guys are working together to
Yes,
write the code. It's like you and the
yes.
OpenAI, like two developers sitting and writing code.
Correct, correct. So yeah, that's the co-pilot for GitHub, which is code suggestion. Same you have in Word also, which is co-pilot for authors, which is also coming up in beta.
Yeah, so there is something called 21 AI Lab, I think.
Okay,
Yeah. So that, right? Give me a minute. I use that very effectively.
okay, okay.
Yeah, it is called AI 21 Lab.
Yes, yes.
That if if you say that you write a document and you want to tune the entire document in formal way, or it will give you a lot of suggestions to rewrite the entire statement.
Okay, okay, okay.
It can just simply rewrite the entire statement in this. It will give you a lot of suggestions, like whether you want it in casual format or in a formal way that you want to communicate. It will give you completely in a different thought. So
Yes,
as a human, right, you cannot think in different formats and write the same statement, right? But it
yes,
will allow you to think. It will suggest you a lot of things.
yes,
And it has two APIs. One is WordTune and one is WordTune Read.
yes, yes.
I generally use that WordTune. That, yeah. Sometimes you can write simply You can just write it in basic English, and if you give it to it, it will make a very professional look of that text.
Yes.
So yeah, I think a lot of things are coming up. Uh, yeah.
Right. Correct. Yes, but yes, you should also be careful that do not share any confidential information to ChatGPT, because if you
Yeah.
share, yes, it will remember it and it will use it. Yes. So if you share your any confidential information, maybe someone else is. So if you have entered your CTC, and then I can type, okay, give me CTC of Gagan, and it will share me, right? So you don't have to give
That
any
is right.
confidential information.
So one. Yeah, that's what I used to tell that. AIs are very powerful. It can remember things for years and years that humans
Yes.
cannot.
Yes.
Even if you are a superhuman, then it's very difficult to beat an AI, but it can remember a lot of things. The small things also it can remember.
Yes. Awesome. Great. Nice. So yeah, I think let's close this call. If yeah, we have said, but yeah, I understand this so interesting topic. We can go on and on, but yes, I believe it's like almost like 2 hours plus we are staying in this session, and long meetings are not good for health, and especially on the weekends, right? So I'll suggest let's
Yeah, right,
disconnect
right.
and have more such discussions on different areas of AI, and use it, how to be more effective as a software developer, how to do system design. That's very trickiest part in because it cannot give you system design, but yes, it can give you a lot of inputs. You
Yeah,
can understand, say for example, if you are designing a chat system, it cannot tell you how to design WhatsApp, but it can tell you that what are the pros and cons of WebSocket technology, or what are the difference between UDP and TCP technology, and then it can help you make decisions. So this, maybe we will cover other stuff later. Lot of things which I can share, because have been doing these I've been using these models since many months, many years, I would say.
Great. Okay, then one thing. So, okay, this is not related to Chat GPT.
Yes.
So, okay, in our previous session, have we discussed an scalable NoSQL database in any sessions? So I can go through with the previous
Yes, we
record.
had a session on MongoDB.
Okay,
Yes, so I
great.
can share that, and yes, so that MongoDB session I can share.
Okay,
But
great.
we did not had the practical session on MongoDB. We had a
Mhm.
theoretical session which talked about what are the benefits of MongoDB and how it stores data, and internals about MongoDB. This was given by Madhu gave
Okay,
this, and I can share the recording. That was a good
okay,
session. It contained good slides and lot of important content.
okay. And replications, partitioning. Have we discussed also there or not something?
Yes, I believe, yeah, we discussed about partitioning, but exactly I cannot, I need to go back.
Okay, no
But
problem.
yes, I would have captured also
Yeah.
the topics which, with all the sessions which we are having, I also cover the topics which we are covering, so that it becomes easy for us to. And I am also generating the YouTube uses AI. When you share, you can ask YouTube to generate the chapters for any video. It
Oh,
uses AI, and it figures out, for example, if I upload this video about today's session, and then if I ask YouTube to please generate chapters for this video, it will decide that yes, we were talking about microservices generation, then we talked about code reviews, then we talked about no large language models, we talked about concepts, neural networks. So it will give you timestamps and it will give you chapters also. So this is also done using AI. So yes, I met yesterday one director of Google, and I asked him how is ChatGPT changing the strategy of Google. So they said that no, we were always already using AI in lot of areas. Now it has become more explicit. People are talking about it. Earlier people don't used to talk about it. They used to use it in all the products. So not too much change has happened, but yes, I will share you
Yeah,
all
so
the
I think
details. So
if you
you
would
can
have
also
seen,
find it by yourself. Yeah, go ahead.
if you seen Google I/O, right?
Yes.
When Sundar Pichai was on stage, right? I
Yes.
think most of the time he told A.
Yes, yes, yes.
I probably guess in the previous IOs, if you would have noticed, he would have spoken about search engine, search and all.
Yes, yes.
Now that's what they were making fun that now Google has forgotten about search, the core business, and they have become more like an A.
Yes, yes, yes. Because someone shared a funny video also. They showed Sundar Pichai in the stage, keynote speaker, as a speaker, and just he is saying AI, 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 AI,
Yeah, I
AI.
think
That's
they
that's
cut.
the
Yeah,
speech,
yeah.
right?
So that's the amount of word of AI he has used.
Yes, yes,
I think probably he was under so much of pressure because of the open AI.
yes,
And other thing is, Brad had that issue of $100 billion loss, right? I
yes,
think they had that issue, and I think probably the development team, the deployment team, the product managers would, and the testers around would have, and the data scientist team, all would have had a tremendous pressure after that. I think
yes, yes,
they would have thought that we should get it released out.
yes,
They,
yes.
yeah, they had so much of pressure.
Correct, correct.
Yeah,
Bard
I
is
think
not
next
available
year
in
it's
India yet, so it's not
yes.
released in India.
No, it is released, right?
No, you cannot
No, Brad,
access.
no, Brad, I must see.
You have
You
used?
can, yeah, I can share it.
Ah, okay, okay. Because I tried just few days back. I said, okay, I got this message that this is not released in your geographic location.
You're able to see my screen?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes. Right, right,
See,
right.
I have used Brad. So the point is that, see,
Ah, great. I got it. Yes, I also got it. Earlier I was not. Few days back
yeah,
I was not.
see, the one advantage which I was telling, right? See, Brad has direct connectivity with the Google search engine. Okay, so it
Ah,
pulls out. So I just asked about Karnataka collection results, and it is able to pull out things.
yes,
And
yes.
the other point is, it gives you different draft versions. It does not give you for all the prompts, but I think then something very relevant and which is currently it gives you different results. But
Yes,
for
yes.
example, if you, I just asked this code to be, can you explain this code? And then it started explaining, and even though the output is wrong, that's
Yes,
different. But still, it was able to explain.
yes.
One disadvantage I see is I would not be able to edit the prompt once I would done with the last
Okay.
one.
Yes,
But ChatGPT, right, has the
yes,
capability to edit the prompt at any given point of time,
yes,
anywhere.
yes,
That's the advantage in
yes, yes,
Brad and Google. And Brad is released in 180 countries. They have released it for free.
yes. Great, great. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can close the call. I think.
Yes, yes, sure. Awesome discussion and thanks about this new tool Bard. And see you. We'll see you in other sessions.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Perfect.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Sure.
Thank you all.